were protesting global warming, right? And this is terrible. You need to, do something. We're destroying the planet. We've only got 12 years, right? And these guys are there. They want to get arrested, but meanwhile, they don't give a damn about the fact that they're interrupting this game. An important game for all the people on the field. I mean, most of the people who play on Yale or Harvard, they're not going to the NFL. A lot of these seniors, this is their last game, and they've been playing football since they were little kids in Pee Wee League. Let them have their game. Let them have their moment. Don't screw it up. What about all the people in the stands who came to see a football game, not a political protest, right? See, these guys don't give a damn, right, about the sacrifices they want to impose on other people because they're holier than thou. Oh no, we're saving the planet. But the thing about all these young millennials, again, just like the same people who make fun of me because I don't get Bitcoin, right? They're also making fun of us, right? Because we don't get that the planet's about to collapse. This is the worst thing since the ice age, and we're all going to die, right? They all want us to go for this green new deal or something like that, no more hydrocarbons. And but they try to sell this as if it's going to be like a booming economy, right? They don't even understand how things would be, right? If we actually did what these kids want us to do, it wouldn't be this great thing, right? I mean, the socialists are trying to use the environmental or the global warming as a way to sugarcoat and sell socialism. Hey, we have this global emergency, so we need socialism. And what we're going to do is we're going to have all these great jobs and everybody's going to have all this money. And as we fight for the environment, we're going to have free healthcare, we're going to have free education. So as we save the planet, your life is going to be better. You're going to make all this extra money, everything's going to be free. Oh, and we're going to save the planet at the same time, right? It's the people who are ruining the planet. They're the reasons that your life is so miserable. They're the reason that you're drowning in debt. You have a low paying job because at the same time, they're also destroying the planet. And we're going to do everything. If they really were going to be honest about what they're saying, what they need to say is, you know what? The people in the oil industry, they're making your life better right now. They're making your life easier, right? Because you have energy, right? So you have electricity. You can drive your car, you can fly in a plane, right? You have heat, right? You have all these modern conveniences because we have power. And we have power because people are out there drilling for oil, right? And all these things that you think are so bad, right? This is why you're living good. Now, what they should be saying is, you know what? We don't want any of that, right? We don't want to live in a modern economy because that's killing the planet. So we want to live like the Amish, right? I mean, the only people who have, as far as I'm concerned, any standing to go out there and say, "Yep, we should abandon all of these energy and we should have the Green New Deal," are the Amish, you know. And so go live with the Amish for a few weeks and see if that's what you want, right? Is that what you want to live, right? Do you want to ride around on a horse? Right? Do you want to have, is that how you want? Because if we went back, if we did all the things that these people want, right? This is a massive sacrifice. This is not going to be. We're not going to have free education. We're not going to have free healthcare. We're not going to have any of that stuff. We're going to be spending all of our money saving the planet. We're not going to have any healthcare at all. We're not going to have any education at all. Right? What we have now, we're going to lose because we're going to sacrifice that on the altar of saving the planet. So if we really actually have to do this, our standard of living goes way down. And of course, they're also going to say, well, if we don't do this, the planet's going to be destroyed. None of this is going to happen. And are there problems? Sure. And these problems are going to be solved by future generations who have the technology. I was talking about it with my brother because he told me about his article. But he pointed out to me, that in New York City, once upon a time in New York City, everybody was concerned about horse manure because there were a lot of horses. People were coming to Manhattan and they were bringing their horses, and people were worried about what was going to happen in the future with all the horses and all the manure. It was like going to be some huge catastrophe. And they were trying to figure out how we're going to deal with this, how we're going to prevent this overpopulation. I mean, imagine how many horses are going to be on the streets in the year 2000. Can you imagine all the shit that's going to be piling up? What are we going to do with all that horse shit in the year 2000, right? Because the people didn't realize that there weren't going to be any horses because their only frame of reference is, well, we've had horses for thousands of years. Why won't we have horses for another 100 years, another 200 years? They didn't realize that somebody was going to invent the combustible engine, that we were going to have horseless carriages, that we were going to have automobiles. We have far fewer horses in New York City today than we did 150 years ago. Not more. It's not a massive problem that they were worried about. I mean, tourists ride on horses. I mean, it's just a few carriages there for show, right? So this is a problem that people were wasting their time worrying about. You don't know what is going to be invented. But you know what? The technology that exists today, what we have today, we can't solve these problems. We are relying on fossil fuels. That's it. There is nothing else. So unless we want to see a complete implosion of our standing of living, that's what we have. And in fact, if there's even any possibility that the liberals can deliver on these promises of free this and free that, which they can't, the only way they have a shot at it, which they don't, is if we stick with fossil fuels, right? That's it. Because if we don't have that, we don't have anything.